Slushing is the act of sharing a resource through slush. Slush sorts and displays those resources in many different ways. The main location for a slush is what we call a library, of which there are 5: code, web, technology, art, and applications. Think of our libraries as a library. If you have an idea what you're looking for and where it might be, you can go directly to that section and get the results in the context you want. So as a slusher, the library you choose for your slush is one way to give that slush context. Another way is the heading. The heading is always the first keyword. It's what you see in the dial titles, and it can be shared across multiple libraries. So the same heading under all 5 libraries instantly defines each of those 5 slushes as being contextually different from each other. As an example, Pohotochop under web, Pohotochop under apps, and Pohotochop under art, even though they all have the same heading, they are all contextually different from each other because of the library they're in. I think it's time we slushed something. The first thing you need to do is register. Once you have that out of the way, the next step is to add the slush toolbar button. To slush a resource, all you have to do is be on the page you want to slush, then click the toolbar button. A new window will open. This is the submission form. Let's break it down. Here you'll be able to set anything that might either be missing, incorrect, or spammy. We have the keywords, a dial, the title, description, comment, and submission buttons. Let's start at the top with the keywords. It's pretty much what you'd expect, but with our own twist. The first keyword you add will show up in the dial to the right as the dial's heading. Be as obvious as you can about the heading. Don't be cryptic. Use the most effective and explicit heading so people immediately know if that dial is something they want to click on based on the library it's in. In the same way you define the heading, define the keywords as explicitly as possible. Don't spam keywords. Don't use keywords that have nothing to do with the content. Ultimately, if you're adding more than 5 keywords, then it's too much. Next is the title. Make sure it's not overly complex or long. They will get truncated. Of course, try and remain as faithful to the original title as possible. After all, we're not editing content here, we're just sharing it. Same goes for the description. If the current description isn't sufficient, I find it helps to copy and paste a few lines from the page itself. In the comment box, write down why you think this is a quality slush, or how you found it, or maybe a little bit about how this can help someone. When you're ready, select the most appropriate library to slush into. While a slush could fall under multiple libraries, it can only be added to one, so choose the one that suits it the best. And that's it. You've just slushed.